Hey, what's happening, Black people? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I want to say what's up to everybody. I hope you're having a good afternoon. And hello to everybody on Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. If you want to follow a great Instagram platform that has a lot of good, really thoughtful conversations on it. We cover everything Black. I'm not a finance professor who happens to be Black. I'm a Black man who happens to be a finance professor. So everything is seen through the lens of Blackness. And so if you are Black first, type B1 in the chat. If you believe that Black people should come first, that Black people should be considered above and beyond any other groups in terms of what you think about every day. If you believe that your community deserves respect and should be number one, then type B1 in the chat. If you believe that we should come first, that we got to put ourselves first instead of putting everybody else first, instead of fighting for everybody else, let's fight for ourselves. That's really important. So let me jump into this conversation. I got there's a discussion I want to have with you guys right now. It has to do with a lady named Lizzo. Now Lizzo is this interesting, you know, uh, all I can say is that she really hit an all-time low this week. You guys know I had an issue with Lizzo, not as a person, but really the issue was more based on what was going on with this whole sort of glorification of obesity, this glorification of coonish behavior, the Mammy Jezebel minstrel show, and all this other stuff. And so, I couldn't believe what I just saw just now. I was actually talking to somebody, and my friend said, "Did you see what Lizzo did on TikTok?" And I said, "Well, I don't subscribe to TikTok, and I sure as hell don't know what Lizzo does on TikTok. I really don't care." And she said that Lizzo was on TikTok, and in doing something, she said that it was inappropriate, and I said, "Okay." And then I thought about it, and I remembered that TikTok is an app that a lot of your kids have. TikTok is an app that attracts a lot of children. And so Lizzo was on TikTok today, and she was on her knees, and she was basically preparing to suck a man's you know what. She literally was saying something over and over like, "I want to see how it tastes," and unzipping a man's pants. I don't know if it was her man, somebody else's man. I don't know, man. All I know is that Lizzo was on TikTok simulating an act that should not be simulated in front of children. And so, anyway, there isn't much else to say about that other than the fact that I think as Black people, we've got to really sort of process who we put in front of our community as role models. Who do you put out there as, as the people that your children look up to? I mean, Lizzo is being celebrated everywhere. She's on the cover of every magazine. She is, she's been doing the most. I mean, she's getting all the awards, all the accolades, and I think that it's kind of fascinating that this is the person. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's very talented. She can sing, she can dance, but we got a lot of Black people that can sing and dance. We got a lot of Black people that know how to twerk. We got a lot of Black people that know how to play the flute. We got a lot of Black people that know how to get on stage and do a great performance. So I'm trying to figure out why she is sort of the it girl alongside Cardi B, another person that is very talented, but she's a stripper. She's a former stripper. Well, not former. She probably could still strip if she wanted to. And these are the people that are being presented to your little girls as role models. I think you got to think about that, right? You got to make the connection between who you glorify and the state of your community. You got to make the connection between what you introduce your kids to at an early age and what they choose to do at a later age. You got to make the connection between, everybody's talking about, why is it that these R. Kelly types can go through the hood and pick up 12-year-old girls? Well, it's because a lot of these 12-year-old girls were sexualized by their parents. A lot of these 12-year-old girls being pimped by their damn parents. And so, I think that as a community, we got to think about that. Now, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, give me 1 second here. And also, please, if you haven't done this yet, make sure you subscribe to drboycetv.com. It's the home for intelligent Black people. So if you're stupid, then our platform will probably frustrate you. So you probably shouldn't come into our platform if you're stupid. So basically, what I'm gonna do is actually share the share the video with you guys so you can feel free to take a look at it. If you're watching on drboycetv.com or on Twitter, you'll be able to see it, or on Facebook, you'll be able to see it. If you are watching on another platform, if you're watching on Instagram, you may not be able to see this video, but just imagine a really chubby lady on her knees looking like she's about to do the damn thing. That's literally what she was doing on TikTok, which again is an app for children. And so, as a man who's got two little girls in his house, both of whom are actually mad at me because Lizzo was mad at me. Both of whom, I became the least popular person in my house when Lizzo was beefing with me. I can say that, we have an obligation to protect our children. And I didn't give a shit what the girl said. I mean, I was like, I'm sorry, but when Lizzo, I'm not going to make you think that this is okay. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can share this video. It's giving me some background audio. So let me turn this off. All right. So here's the video. Let me share this, and I will just play it so you guys can hear it for yourselves. Let's see if it works. Okay. It did not work. So hold on. Let me try it a different way. Let me try it. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share and subscribe button. If you haven't done that yet, please do that. So let me see if I can make it come up in a different way here. Hold on. We're almost there. All right, there we go. Okay, I think I can make it pop up like this. All right. These damn computers. There we go. All right. Now notice what she's saying is, taste this fucker. That's what she's saying, in case you can't hear it. She's saying, taste this fucker.
Let's fucking taste this fucker, dog. Let's fucking taste this fucker, dog. Let's fucking taste this fucker, dog. I'm so fucking ugly, I hate it.
Okay, so let me know if you guys saw that, if you guys were able to see that or not. So literally you just saw Lizzo, one of the biggest performers on the planet, on her knees, basically saying, like, let me taste this fucker. You guys can't see it. Are you guys able to hear me on Instagram? You guys should be able to hear me. You won't be able to see the video because the video's on drboycetv.com. And remember last week, again, in the middle of like literally the height of her success, she was saying something about, if my name is in your mouth, then so is my pussy, or how enjoy the flavor or something like that. So she's interesting in that you really have, what you really probably have with Lizzo is almost like a female version of what you're seeing with Antonio Brown, except with Lizzo, I think this kind of behavior, it makes you wonder if she's on drugs. Like it really makes you wonder if there's something going on where she's, self-medicating, because only a truly crazy person or a person that's on some shit would do something like that. I mean, it's one thing if she just does it in general. It's another thing if you're doing it on TikTok. Do any of your kids, tell me if your kids have TikTok. TikTok is not an app for grownups. TikTok is not an app for where you're going to see a lot of 40-year-olds and 30-year-olds. TikTok is for like children. I mean, the people that I know that use TikTok are kids. So here you had Lizzo, for whatever reason, I don't know who's giving her advice, but somebody literally thought it was a good idea for Lizzo to go on TikTok and to do this like oral sex video or simulation video in front of millions of children. And she doesn't have like a couple of followers. Lizzo has 1.5 million followers on TikTok. And a lot of her followers, her biggest fans, are children. So, I'm not sitting here trying to be, I'm not trying to be anybody's like morality police. I'm not trying to say that you should be ashamed about whatever you do in the bedroom. What I'm trying to say is that I think that we have to ask ourselves, do we have standards? Like, or if somebody's entertaining, does that pretty much make everything they do okay? Like, if you just think somebody's cool because because they're famous. Like, is that where we are? Like, as black people, like that, if you get money and you're famous, then you're good, or is there a bar? Is there a point where we say, the money's good, but all money ain't good money? Or we say maybe, yeah, we know you're famous and yeah, you're a big deal, but all fame ain't good fame. Sometimes you can be the most popular girl in the school for all the wrong reasons, if you know what I'm talking about. Or do we just sort of let ourselves always be reduced to the lowest common denominator, and then we turn around and we wonder why don't nobody respect you? Then you turn around and wonder why the whole world pisses on you. It's because you pee on yourselves. Seriously, like they disrespect you because they know that black people can always be bought. They know that if they could put the most destructive, genocidal message in front of you, and you'll buy into it lock, stock, and barrel because you think money is the be all end all, or you'll have people that become your greatest heroes who literally, are destroying you. So I just kind of think that we as black people have to kind of think about that. I mean, this isn't the first time that she's done something kind of weird. And at first, when I first talked about Lizzo, and it became international news, I know a lot of people got mad at me for that, and I don't regret a single word. So if you wait for me to take any of it back, I won't. Um, but you know, when we first started talking about Lizzo, my discussion about Lizzo wasn't even really a matter of me having an issue with Lizzo. I didn't have an issue with Lizzo when I first brought up Lizzo. I brought up Lizzo because I feel that her popularity is driven by an obesity epidemic in America and a lack of personal responsibility. I believe that as a society, we don't believe in tough love anymore. We don't believe in pushing people to do better. We just believe in making them feel better in the moment, right? Even if it's at their expense, even if it's to their long-term demise. Like, that's the society that we live in now. People don't have discipline. So if you can be a disciplined person, which is pretty much how an investor thinks, that's why I'm into sort of delayed gratification, things like that, because that's all that is investing in a different way. So if you have that discipline, then you're going to be more successful than most people, because most people think that if you're in any sort of short-term discomfort, that is a form of abuse, or that any type of discomfort, even if it's for a long-term sacrifice, isn't worth it. And I don't believe that. I wasn't built that way. The way I was built was to say that, no pain, no gain. You suffer now so you can have more later on. You go through hell right now, but it's going to benefit you later on down the road. That's sort of what I was taught. That's what I was raised to believe. And so I think that, when you're talking about um, things like this obesity epidemic, I believe that we're giving people the wrong message. I believe that we're giving people a message that says, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, I'm never going to criticize you at all because I don't want to be a hater, right? And because and my way of showing love to you is to co-sign on any ridiculous shit that you do. If you're a drug addict, I'm going to treat you like you have a disability and that you have no ability to overcome your drug addiction. That literally the reason that you keep stealing your grandma's money so you can buy more crack is because you just can't help it. And there's no point in even trying to make you a better person. That's not really the world I want to live in. That's not a philosophy that I subscribe to. So with Lizzo, my critique of her originally was built around that. It was built around saying not so much like what's wrong with Lizzo. It was really about saying like what's wrong with us? What's wrong with our society? What's wrong with the idea that we're promoting the Mammy Jezebel minstrel show in the year 2020, and we think that that's good entertainment? We take the same sort of racism that our ancestors despised, and we're making that into flavor of the month, right? We're taking the most ridiculous musical acts, right? You got very talented people out here. You got people like Victory Boyd, who represent her family very well. She's very well spoken. She's very, very smart. She's singing at our wedding, who's extraordinarily talented. I mean, Victory Boyd was so talented that Jay-Z heard her sing and signed her on the spot because she's that talented. So, but the Victory Boyds don't get any attention because she's not twerking or simulating sucking a penis on TikTok, right? She's not rapping about or singing about somebody eating her, what, and saying all this in front of children. She's not doing any of that. And so what's interesting is that you have two competing forces, right? You have the talent of blackness that's being exploited by the disrespect that comes from whiteness. The talent of blackness that's being exploited and disrespected by whites who want to see you in the role of the clown. They want to see you in the role of the minstrel show. They will cheer you on all day, every day, and pay you lots of money to continue to entertain them the same way a little girl gets cheered on when she's doing sexual favors for little boys in the bathroom. That's what they're doing. They're treating you that same way, and so you think that they're laughing with you. You think that these are your friends. You think these people are your allies. Well, really, what they're really saying to you is that we don't really see you as completely human. We don't really see you as an equal. We see you as our entertainment. And so we love you the same way we love the family dog. We love our family dog. We'll do anything for that dog. We'll put that dog in a doggy hotel and put little doggy shoes. You know how white folks love their dogs, but they always know that the dog is a dog, right? And they always know that the dog is inferior. They treat the dog really well. They love their dogs. I'm think about how white folks really, I mean, they really love their damn dogs. And some of y'all in here are dog lovers too. And I'm not dissing you, but you ever see like white people like kissing the dog in the mouth and letting the dog sleep, you know, in the bed with the kids and putting the dog in a doggy hotel when they go out of town. Like they love the dogs, but they always know that the dog is a dog and that the dog is inferior. The dog has a role in the family. The dog's role is not to be a human. The dog's role is to be the pet. So for Black people, your role is not to be human. Your role is to be the pet. And the same way they'll put that dog in a doggy hotel and treat that doggy really well and give that doggy the royal treatment, they'll do the same thing with a Negro who fits into the Mammy Jezebel stereotype. They'll do that for a rapper, a Mammy Jezebel, a male version of the Mammy Jezebel, which is the rapper, the minstrel show rapper with all kinds of diamonds and shit in his teeth and tattoos from here all the way down with big ass gold chains, like overboard, like thugged out, and also like they'll treat that person like royalty. Look at Kylie Jenner's little boyfriend, Travis Scott. Travis Scott. I went to Texas. I swear to God, I was in a hotel in Houston, and they have this thing called Astro World or something. And at Astro World, I saw this group of white kids all coming, like they all had their backpacks and they were all staying in this hotel together. I said, what are you guys here for? They said, oh, we're here for Astro World, dude. Yeah, like, yeah, it's Travis Scott, dude, right? They love this dude, right? They love him. But I'm serious. Do you really think at the core of who they really are, do you really think that deep down they admire him in the sense of like really wanting to be him? Like, do you really think that they really want to walk in his shoes and really be him? Like if he wasn't like a famous rapper or whatever you want to call it, like, do you think they really want to be like, take a Travis Scott and make him not famous? And he's a regular dude in the hood who looks like Travis Scott, got the same dreads, tattoos from head to toe, same little thug walk, same, you know, big gold chains, whatever. But let's say that he's not Travis Scott. He's a regular dude in the hood. Do you think that that's something that they would look at and say, "Ooh, I want my child to marry somebody like that"? Do you think that they would look at him and say, "Ooh, that's somebody I want to hire in my firm. I want somebody like him, you know, working next to me as a senior manager in my company"? Yes or no? Give me a yes or no. Yes or no? Like, do you think that they really, really like this guy like as a human being, or do you think that they like him as the motherfucking entertainment? Seriously. So y'all got to know the difference. See, Black folks, you really think that you are part of the family, but you're not part of the family. You know, your entertainers are not, I mean, the entertainers like the Lizzos and the Travis Scotts or whatever, I'm not even dissing them. They think that they're part of the family, but they're not. You are the mascot. You are the family pet. Like, and people love their damn pets. They do. Go back to slavery too. People love their slaves. Like they really legit would be like, Miss Sally, we love you, but your black ass better not step off this porch or we're going to have to kill you, right? Or your black ass better not think that you white because then we'll have to kill you, right? Or you better not get out of line or we're going to lock you up. So when I look at Lizzo, I feel sorry for her. Just to summarize, I feel like she's probably on some kind of shit. You got to be on some shit to be out here doing stuff like this. I mean, she's got to be on some shit because she's doing some shit. She's doing the most. Literally, I saw this lady on the cover of Rolling Stone. Shout out to my man Jason Black, who actually brought up a really good point. So she's on the cover of Rolling Stone, you know, wearing some skimpy outfit, got big jelly rolls hanging out everywhere because they got her celebrating her obesity, right? She's celebrating her diabetes. She's celebrating, you know, the fact that she's a walking heart attack, right? A big ball of grease, like a big Popeye's chicken sandwich with legs, right? They got her celebrating all this, right? And next to her were two guys looking up to her like, oh my God, you're a goddess, you know, like you're my 400-pound, you know, like love angel, right? And Jason Black made a good point. Jason said, if she's all about body positivity, then why didn't they put 2 fat guys on there too? Like, why not let everybody be fat? Like if it's so positive, then everybody on there should be obese. And I thought about that. I thought that was an interesting point to make. And I think also that, to see her kind of behave this way at the peak of her career, that just really tells me that she's got maybe a mental illness and perhaps some sort of addiction, a substance abuse issue, or both. A lot of times those tend to go hand in hand, and one causes the other. It's a chicken egg thing, right? When you are taking drugs, what you're doing is you're artificially manipulating the chemicals in your brain, and you're doing things like manipulating your oxytocin and phenylethylamine receptors, or whatever that other chemical is. What is it? Not oxytocin. It's one of the serotonin. You're manipulating your serotonin receptors. So what happens is that when you use the drugs, this is why I tell you guys, like, please say no to drugs, man. I'm telling you, but it's up to you. Do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you, drugs are bad. But one thing it does, so you might manipulate your serotonin receptors, and then what happens is when you get off the dope, you can't artificially naturally generate the serotonin that you need to be a normal human being. So, some people say so-and-so got on drugs because they had a mental illness, but it's also the case in some situations, I believe, that you get a mental illness because you were on drugs. Has anybody ever had a relative that like used to use drugs and then they stopped, but they were never right after that? Like their brain was never quite right. Well, because you're fucking with God's creation at that point. Like, you're taking something amazing called your brain that God created in such a perfect way, and you're throwing it off balance. So, you stop using the drugs, you start smoking the crack, you stop using the crystal meth, you end up becoming an imbalanced person. So at the end of the day, I think talking about Lizzo is important, because I think that if your children are talking about her, you need to talk about her too. And I think it's important that I talk about her, because I think it's important that we as a community make it clear that we put it on record that we're not co-signing any of this shit. Because I'm telling you, there is a connection between, now pay attention, think about this. When R. Kelly was rolling through the hood, looking for 12-year-olds to get busy with, to get down with, right? He didn't have to kidnap those girls. He didn't have to force them into his car. He didn't have to drag them away by their hair. Many of those little girls, just keeping it 100, many of those little girls probably got in that car with him voluntarily. I know a teacher in Chicago who taught 14-year-olds. And this was in 2004, 2003, back when R. Kelly got busted with the first set of tapes. And she did a survey. She asked the girls in her class. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, she told me the story. She said, how many of y'all, if you had a chance to sleep with R. Kelly, how many of y'all would do it? These are 14-year-olds. More than half of the girls raised their hand. A whole bunch of them were like, shoot, I'd sleep with him. She said she was blown away. She was blown away. Why do I tell you this story? It's because a lot of our little girls are being sexualized at an early age, because y'all sitting there co-signing while they're looking up to the Cardi B's, who tell you, Cardi B will gladly tell you that how she can deep throat a banana. She will gladly tell you that she can shake it real fast and get a little dough, shake it real fast and get a little mo. That's one of her lyrics. Shake it fast, get a little dough, shake it real fast, get a little mo. And little girls are memorizing this. This is sinking in their subconscious at 7 or 8 years old. Lizzo is on TikTok, an app for kids, simulating doing the you know what on a man's you know who in front of 1.5 million children. And these are your role models. So I think as Black people, you got to kind of stop this. You got to speak up on this. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, well, that's what's popular. Let's go along with what's popular. I'm not going to go along with what's popular. I don't care about what's popular. I care about what's right. These are your damn kids, man. You got to stand up for them. Seriously. So anyway, let me say thank you to those of you who made donations so far. I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. And I saw somebody here we go. Thank you, 10X Scent Twins. Blessings, kings and queens. Pick up the first Black excellence fragrance that helps educate kids from 1 to 10. All right. Well, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy and repaste this, because I saw you put this up earlier and I did not mention it. So I've only got Dr. Boyce TV in front of me. I'm gonna try to see if I can have all the different platforms in front of me so I can see everything you guys are saying and doing. Angelique says it's a damn shame that Dr. Boyce catches flack for Lizzo Yet Jillian Michaels, the white fitness trainer, said the same thing, also standing by her words. Nothing is said to her. Yeah, well, you know what? I appreciate that, Angelique, and thank you for your donation. But I'm telling you, I'm built for this. Like, I don't honestly, I have fully trained myself mentally to give zero shits what white media thinks. And the reason is because I have analyzed them. I've analyzed racist media and I see through the BS. I see through it all. Like, so I know how biased they are. I know how racist they are. I know how they will tell the story in the wrong way. I know how they operate. So when they say something, I pretty much expect it to be a lie. And in fact, the more they lie on me, the more I know I'm doing the right thing. Like the more they react in a defensive way that shows that they're trying to cover up for their bullshit, the more I say, boom, I hit the fucking target. I hit the target. The hit dog always hollers. And the other thing is that I became less concerned about what white folks had to say about me when I thought about books like Powernomics that I keep like right nearby. I got to call Dr. Claude Anderson this week and see how he's doing. But, you know, thinking about Powernomics helped me understand the nature of competition. And I realized as a black man in a country that declared war on me before I was born, because they wanted my mother to abort me. Before that whole feminist agenda of aborting all your babies just so you can like go to school another semester or whatever. I realized that in a world where war is declared on me, that I'm never going to have a day where they are going to co-sign and support my true empowerment. I really learned to let go of the Negro bullshit American dream that says that I can be a truly empowered black person and that the average white American, that most white people are going to just cheer me on. I just let that go. I don't even think, I'm not even that mad at white people, honestly, anymore. I really am not. I'm not the angry black man anymore. I'm angrier at myself and angrier at my own people than I am at the folks that are competing with us, because I think they see the greatness that's in our community and they're trying to stop it. And I don't blame them, because we are a threat. We're very scary, because when we get on our shit, we can't be stopped. So I'm really looking at it like, well, I've never been in a true competition where my competitor wanted me to do well. I've never been in a football game where the other team wanted me to score more touchdowns. And if I did make a play and the other team cheered for me too hard, I would wonder what I did wrong, right? Like that's the thing. When you black and they're cheering you on too much, that's when you really need to watch your back. You know, that's when you need to say, well, why y'all cheering so loud? Why are y'all supporting? Why are you giving me this money? Why are you so eager to support what I'm doing? Because you know, America's a white supremacist country. And most communities, this isn't just white people, this is Asians, anybody. Most communities are wired to take care of themselves first. You are the only ones who spent several hundred years being trained to be servants and slaves for other people. That's why you got Negroes on TV that will fight harder for immigrants than they'll fight for their own community. Or you got Democratic Party black folks that will fight harder for a Joe Biden than they will for what's happening in the hood, because you've been trained to be a servant. You've been trained to put others first. It's a thing that makes you wonderful to have around, but it's not a thing that's necessarily going to put you in a good position, right? Because you become that mother who spends so much time babysitting and breastfeeding other people's kids that your own damn kids are sitting at home starving to death because you never learned how to love yourself and love the people that are connected to you. So ultimately, so going back to Angelique's statement, and I appreciate her support. Don't you worry about me one bit. Like, I am so good. I am so liberated. I became so liberated when I realized this basic idea that most white folks don't give a fuck about me. Like, I'm not gonna say Black Lives Matter, because why would they care? Like, do y'all sit around saying to each other, white lives matter, Asian lives matter, we must go save the Asian community? Like, how many have you ever seen a conscious black person walk around saying, my God, we got to pull our money together and save the Asian community? Can anybody tell me that you've ever seen a black person? Yes or no? Have you ever seen a black person, a conscious, intelligent black person? Because you got some crazy people out here. Have you ever seen a conscious, intelligent black person walk around saying, my God, we need to get our money together and save the Asians? Has anybody ever heard that from a black person before? An intelligent black person? Hell no. Hell no. Right? So why would you expect other people to come and save you? What are you waiting for? Like, why would you be waiting for somebody else to do your job? You know, that's like a mother sitting at home and letting her kids starve to death because she's waiting for somebody to come feed her children. That don't even make no damn sense. Feed your own damn kids. Love yourself. So, you know, going back to that point, I don't care what white media thinks about me. That doesn't matter to me. In fact, the more they dislike me, the more I'm doing my job, the more I'm advocating for my own, because I know that one thing that does trigger racism is when you do things that people don't understand. So when you just come out and say, I love black people matter to me more than anything else, people are going to interpret that, you know, in a negative way because they're not used to that. They're used to you being their little political whores, you know, and I'm not nobody's hoe. You know, I'm here to represent for the people that I care about, and that's what I do. So honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all from in my heart of hearts, not one bit of that Lizzo controversy bothered me at all. And in fact, one testament to how different my mindset was to the people around me is that I did get people that called me and they were like, "Are you okay? Are you all right? They're really beating you up in the media." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like they are really?" Hey, I know I don't know anything about that. Like I really didn't know. And it's because I had let go of that. I let go of the need for white validation for anything. It doesn't mean that I hate white people. I don't. I'm very nice to them. I'm in a run club, and there's lots of white people in the run club, and I think they're scared of me because they see what I do. Like I'm the most famous person in the group, so they're all like Googling me and shit. And I think that they think that I must hate them because I love black people or because I'm so firm and clear in who I am. And it's like, no, like maybe I intimidate you because I do think that a black man who really knows his purpose becomes like the biggest force in the room. Like I think that I have a presence because I have such clarity on what God's purpose is for me on this planet. And when you have that kind of clarity of purpose, you can intimidate people who don't know who the hell they are. So, you know, if my being around you, whether you're white, black, or otherwise, if my being around you bothers you, I see that more so as an issue that you've got to work through as opposed to an issue that I got to work through. Because I'm not even honestly really thinking about you in that way. I'm just thinking about trying to serve my purpose before I leave this planet. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing me every day when I'm running my mouth. You're seeing me fulfill what I believe to be my purpose. And what I encourage all of you to do is to find your damn purpose. And when you find your purpose and you pursue that purpose without fear, without apology, without hesitation, without remorse, then guess what? You're going to have different people respond in different ways. Some people will line up and follow you. Some people will start hating on you. But most people are going to get the fuck out the way. So you go pursue your purpose, figure out what that is, and you go after it because you got one life to live. We're all going to be dead soon. So you might as well do what the hell you need to do. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good day. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button if you're watching. If you're on Twitter, please retweet this conversation. If you're on Facebook, please share this to your Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, please hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. And I'll be back a little bit later, guys. I don't know. We're running a half marathon tomorrow. And so I'll probably chime in before the half marathon. I'm a little bit nervous about it because it's such a long race, and those races are very painful, but it is what it is. And also, if you want to learn about some of the classes and stuff we have for kids and stuff like that, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. That's boycewatkins.com. Or you can also become a patron on the platform at intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. So you enjoy your evening too. I see you enjoy your evening. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Have a good day. Peace.